All right, hang on. Okay. Okay. Today, I'm going to show you how to draw a really sick dragon that looks like this, except our dragon is going to be green, more realistic to actual dragons. The materials I'm going to use are going to keep it nice and simple, things that you can find in your pencil case. We're talking colored pencils, grey lead, rubber, a black texture if you've got one, but that is not essential. Let's get started. Okay, so I always like to start by, when I do something that's got quite like a wide set of something like wings, for example, which we're going to do with the dragon, I like to mark out what the widest part of my drawing is. This helps me, fit it in the page nicely, but also it makes me figure out where the center of the picture needs to be. So I've marked the dots, and now I can figure out, okay, well, if that's how wide it's going to be, this is where I need to maybe roughly start the neck of my dragon. I do this big S shape. If you notice, I do lots of like short feathery brush strokes. That's because, I make lots of mistakes and I just come and I rub it off and just keep tinkering until it's exactly the right shape that I want it to be. I know a lot of artists do, say, oh, try and do sustained lines because, you learn a lot from that. But sometimes I just want to do the best drawing I can, and that is by using soft strokes that are very easily erasable. So I make this S shape with this little curl on the end, and that's going to be the point of my tail. That's the outside of it. I'm going to etch out the tummy shape with another sort of S shape that doesn't quite go the end of the tail because he's kind of going to be twisted on his side. So you can see the tummy kind of rotated round. You can see I'm doing like little tiny strokes, just trying to get those proportions right. Now I'm doing the very outside of his body, and I'm working on his booty here, which who knew dragons had booties, and it took me a little while to kind of get that nice natural curve. It looked a little bit boxy. Don't be afraid of making mistakes and tinkering until you get it just right. Then I worked on the ears over here at the top of the head. Heads are nice as well because I've given him kind of a dog-shaped head with the kind of the snout and then that kind of carved sort of jaw that sort of, terriers and hounds tend to have. Little pointy lemons for the eyes. I love my pointy lemons for eyes. They're always really fun to draw. Then I worked on his paws, or I'm about to start working on his paws. Something I want you to note for paws is, if there's something that you find really difficult, like claws or fingers, don't even get me started. I could do a whole video on like so many failed attempts at little sausage fingers. If there is something you find hard, it's okay to find a stylized way to do it. Obviously you try your best to get that skill and you keep working it. Don't give up because you will get there. But in the meantime, if you just want that great dragon picture to go with your story or whatever it is, until you get it right, you can do kind of stylized. I do like really angular, kind of warped diamonds for the claws. I love that kind of angular, almost illustrated look. I think it looks really amazing. I'm very influenced by like Sol Bass and those kind of 60s, very stylized, angular shaped artists. So, I don't be afraid to use that. You want this to be the best picture you have. This isn't a practice picture. This is to illustrate something. Use your best skills. I've also done you can see I've done the little scales on the back of him, just to give that shape a little bit of kind of texture like the dragon would have. I've made sure that I did my line first though and gone back and added those kind of triangle scales on his back, because if you do those first, you'll lose the form. It's so challenging to do it. So I like to mark my shapes, then come in and do things like texture, and then I can just follow the line along, and because I've used my light feathery strokes, I can just rub it out. Now we're going to do the wings, and the thing about doing like mythical creatures or made up creatures is you do need them to sort of follow the rules of nature, even though they're not real. So when you look at the structure of birds and bats, they have a really similar to each other structure of the bones in their wings. They're different, of course, but there are these kind of common aspects. So I had a quick look at them before I did my dragon wings because I wanted to kind of follow that flow. of how the wing structure kind of works. And as you can see here, I've put the joints. I'm doing kind of the outline of the bone structure, and I've done the joints in the bone like our elbow bones. And the wings definitely follow that. So here is a picture of it kind of finished, and this is my progress for my colouring and my shading. You can see I did my blues first. And this is the finished picture of the purple dragon, which I really like him. I did do a green one, and I didn't end up loving it, to be honest with you. I'll show you in a second, but I like the watercolours. I didn't love my colouring for the body. I think I could have done a better job. So let's look at the purple one. We like the purple one better. I hope you found this helpful. Enjoy.